We would get a call from the writers that they were finished with the script. The PA would come in if you were on the night shift, and these huge Kodak copiers, and you'd make 150 copies of the script.
Wow.
You'd collate it, and then you'd make cover pages, which is on different, like on card stock.
Mm-hmm.
You'd brad them with the brads, that you put in scripts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have to deliver to, now Carol and Company was unique because the first season, the only person who was the same cast member on every episode was Carol Burnett. And it was a whole different cast, like doing a pilot every week. Mm-hmm. So you had a whole slew of guest stars. So you would then take, say, 10 or 12 scripts and have to deliver to Howie Mandel, Christopher Reeves, Bernadette Peters, whoever that star was. And there was like guest stars. Now also it's like 2 a.m. You don't have Google Maps. You don't have Apple Maps. You don't have Siri. You have the Thomas Brothers Guide, which is like this big book of maps, like with a grid. And you're looking up and traveling. And I was terrible at it. I got lost so much. Hidden Hills was my worst story. Howie Mandel lived in Hidden Hills, which now there's like a sign, an off-ramp off the 134 that says Hidden Hills. There was not when I was a PA. And I drove all the way to, I think it was like Camarillo. And I just could not find it. And I pulled over at a gas station and I asked, "Do you know where Hidden Hills is?" And they're like, "Well, we've never heard of it."
Oh, gee,
really
it
was
must have been
hidden.
really hidden then.
It was. I eventually found it. Anyways, but yes, it was a very different time.
Well,
and then you also had to take all the scripts to the studio executives, the network executives' houses, the director's house, the AD's house.
Jeez.
So it was a 2-3 hour, just the deliveries, but it would take you an hour and a half to do the copying.
Wow.
Right.
So do you think that that hurt now that we have all that? Are there just less production assistants on a
No,
role?
there aren't. But,
Okay.
But this is where I feel like the old man, because they still complain like
Right.
we did, right? Like, well, in my day, I
Right.
feel like one of those people. Like you have Google Maps, you get to email half your stuff.
Right.
We didn't have Starbucks. We had I had never even heard of a cappuccino. I didn't know what that was, an espresso, but we had like the old machine and the steaming. I had to be a barista, a copier. You were getting dogs from the groomers. You were shipping clothing. You were getting dark. It was very different.
Can we be friends? Can we be